to my previous self. Or if I look back on another market or a couple of years ago, where my headspace was at, how much I've evolved since then, or what my consultations looked like, how much...
The language and the concepts you know today.
Yeah. Exactly.
Welcome to Loans Elevated, the podcast that brings you the latest industry news, expert interviews, and insightful discussions that will help you stay ahead in this dynamic market. I'm your host, Broch Lassig, and I've spent years in the trenches of the mortgage industry, helping individuals and businesses navigate the complex landscape of real estate financing.
I'm your co-host, TJ Heidenreich, and together we'll cover a wide range of topics, from business strategies that skyrocket your success to mindset and motivation that fuel your growth. All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Loans Elevated. Here with Ryan today. We kicked Broch off,
permanently.
Permanently. Nah, we do a good rotation to keep it fresh for everyone. So today, talking about, this is a little bit more not loan related. It's not even business related. It's just talking about life, motivation,
stoicism.
Ryan's a weirdo, and he's a stoic, and he's in a bunch of these Facebook groups for stoics. I'm like, damn, dude, it's not a bad.
Hey, dude, you just got to remind yourself.
If you're gonna scroll social media, might as well have some
good stuff to read.
Yeah, exactly. So, got a couple of things that I know I've been living by the past couple of weeks and or months. And personal story, I've been training for a marathon the past year, I would say, based on. There's this billionaire that I follow, Jesse Itzler, and he taught me a good lesson. I went to a conference, and he works when he's in work mode. He's working he's 100% there, completely focused, but work isn't everything to him. He also has a life. He's also a great father, and he also has activities he likes to do. He runs all the time. He bikes. He's active, which at the time when I went to this conference, I was 100% work. I was working way too much, and that was me. That's how I defined myself, was work. And I'm like, okay, I can learn something from him. So ever since then, I started running, and I found it was the best therapy I could have. Honestly. Yeah. And you get this through golf, because you golf a lot too. Yeah. But I was able to, I found that I could work less hours, be more productive at work. But also when I was running, I'd come up with these good business ideas or good tactics and stuff that I could just store away and bring out later, and the creative juices started flowing. But one thing that I've been living...
That's the shower for me.
That's the shower. There you go. The bath. Let's see, the quote that really has been sticking out to me, and this is actually from a runner that I heard this. It is progress. You make it in drops, lose it in buckets. It shows the power of momentum.
Oh yeah.
I see that in business. We do a lot of our outbound sales calls on Mondays. When I've had a few good Mondays in a row of making outbound sales calls every single time, without a doubt,
it becomes easier.
I get more business from it. Mm-hmm. But then if I
take a week off.
There's a holiday there.
A month to get back into
it. It really does. And then the next Monday you come in, we call it knuckle dragging. We're literally coming in knuckle dragging. You don't want to do it. But then once you get that momentum on your side again, it's so easy. And it's crazy how quick you can lose that momentum.
Yeah, that goes along really well, actually, with the quote that I picked. To suffer without complaint is the only lesson we have to learn in life.
Right.
Mr. Van Gogh, by the way, better mention the name. But what's crazy is, to add on top of that, you hear a lot of older people, like grandparents and just, more people filled with wisdom. And the biggest thing that they tell people is to enjoy the little things in life. And the little things are the things that, in the moment, we think we're suffering. I think back to even school, right? You think back to high school. When you were in it, you hated it.
Oh, yeah.
The minute you got out of it, you were looking back at all the memories with friends and whatnot. And you're like, gosh, I really wish I would have just enjoyed the little things a little bit more.
Oh, for sure.
And not focused on all the negative.
Yep.
Well, and even running. When you're doing it, it sucks. You're literally
ass.
suffering. Yeah. Or making calls. You're making sales calls during or starting. It is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to do it. You're knuckle dragging. But the minute you do it, you start to actually enjoy it. And I think that's what I pull from that quote. The minute you can start to actually enjoy the things that we suffer through, I think that's when you start to enjoy life, because we always think the happiness comes from all this extravagant things, the vacations, the cars,
or the end result.
That. Or the end result, exactly. And it's really not that. It's the actual suffering through the process. Like getting rich is fun. Once you get rich, I mean, there's only so much money you can spend before it gets old.
Oh, for sure. I feel like high achievers like ourselves, we oftentimes tend to look at the end result rather than enjoying the process and enjoying the fun. But even you and I, like, I would say once a week, we bring up the closet.
Back at the old office. Yeah,
it seemed, so when rates like came or went up faster than expected.
Second half of 2022.
Second half of 2022. We were also moving offices, and Ryan and I were sharing an office. He just barely joined the team. And it was hell. We had to work twice as hard with the same amount of money in this dark closet. So, and
for less money.
For less money. Yeah. And we now at least bring it up once a week. Like, well, dude, it's better than the closet.
About it. Yeah. It's like part of that experience made us who we are today. Like if we were able to grind through one of the worst times ever in our career, debatably in the industry.
Right.
I mean, it just makes...
Well, not even grind. I mean, we were able to flourish. We ended up closing more business through a crappy time.
Yeah, which we didn't get right away during that season of our careers, but it definitely planted a ton of seeds that we're like getting the fruits from today.
Yeah, for sure. Another quote that I had pulled up was actually to backpedal a little bit, making progress in drops and losing in buckets. Yeah, I stand by that. But then also, I was training from a marathon, and I'm running it this Saturday, but just last week, or the week before that, I will go on a vacation for 5 days, and I was able to train. I was like, all right, so that's all right. I can adapt my training schedule to when I get back. I'll be feeling good.
Then you got sick.
Then, yeah, it turns out Disneyland's like a damn germ fest, so I get sick as hell. Like, and I usually like to tough it out, and I'm always telling my wife, no, I like to sweat out the sickness. Dude, I couldn't even get off the couch. so then now I haven't trained for over a week, and doubt starts to creep in. And it's like, and then I'm living by that same quote, and it's like, oh man, all the momentum's gone. I'm not even going to finish the race.
You lost it in buckets.
Yeah, lose it in buckets. I'm like, uh-oh. And I get on AI at the Perplexity, and I'm like, I haven't ran in a week. I'm a week out from my marathon. Am I screwed? And it's because I'm living by that. And it's like, no, you're fine. In fact, it might even be better that you're not putting as many miles on your body. Take the time to recover. So listen.
But how many runs did you go on leading up to that?
Right. I mean, 30 miles a week for a year.
Shape.
Exactly. Exactly.
And those were just little drops.
Yep. So I think we also have to fall back on, if you're prepared for whatever you're doing, don't doubt yourself. Make sure you're going at it with the fullest steam. But another one I have is from, let's see here, Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt. Comparing oneself to others can lead to feelings of distraction and inadequacy. So comparison is the thief of all joy.
Oh, yeah.
Which I know once I start comparing myself to others,
which everyone is experiencing.
To compare myself to you, compare myself to Broch, I am not as happy. Like it's just not. Life's not enjoyable. What I do enjoy comparing myself to is to my previous self, or if I look back on another market or a couple of years ago, where my headspace was at, how much I've evolved since then, or what my consultations looked like, how much
the language and the concepts you know today.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah. So I think don't be hard on yourself, but also reflect on previous versions of yourself and how you have improved and how you'll continue to improve.
Continue to make the drops in the bucket.
Drops in the bucket. There you go. Anything else you got?
No, dude. I think that was good.
Sweet. Well, you guys, a little bit different podcast here today, but we hope this brought some sort of value into you and your life. And if you've got any questions for us, leave it down in the comments below and love to help out wherever. Thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in. For more industry insights, follow us on all platforms at Loans Elevated.
And to get in touch with our team, call or text 801-713-4000 or visit loanselevated.com.